But Universal just announced another HHN announcement.
This is weird. This is real weird. What diabolical creations is Oddfellow going to be serving out of his mouth?
HHN, right up. Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Florida. It's time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2026 update. We have new props, new set pieces, new court updates inside the park. So on that note, it's time to talk about the Halloween Horror Nights shirt of the day. We're gonna go back to a classic year, HHN 2018. We had all these wonderful IPs. You got the hat, HHN 2018. And then this was the Stranger Things hat. There's a little bit of a blood finish right there. So on that note, let's roll the commercial.
Hey there, past members. I'm here at Halloween Horror Nights here at Universal Studios Hollywood. And I'm Akeem, taking you guys behind the scenes of one of our new mazes. All right, here we are outside of the Trick or Treat maze. Joining me, of course, is John Murdy. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Trick or Treat and Sam are finally coming to Universal Studios.
Yeah, it's almost literally 10 years to the date I first met with the film's writer, director, and producer, Mike Doherty. He was talking to me then about, can we do a maze based on my movie Trick or Treat? Yeah. And here we are 10 years later, and we're literally doing it.
So I gotta ask you, what can guests expect from the maze?
Pretty much everything you see in the film. What I personally love about Trick or Treat is that it's an anthology horror movie where it has multiple storylines, and they all kind of converge together around the character of Sam, who's the spirit of Halloween. So of course you're going to see Sam throughout this maze, but you're also going to experience all of the different storylines.
All right, so we're going to do a quick speed round of
the
rules of Halloween. Rule number 1, always wear a costume. What's your favorite go-to costume?
Well, when I was a kid, it was the Universal monsters. Every single year I was one of them. I was the Mummy, I was Frankenstein.
Rule number 2, always hand out candy to trick-or-treaters. What's your favorite Halloween-themed candy?
Not candy corn.
Really?
No, like I would run screaming if somebody handed me candy corn.
Rule number 3, never blow out a jack-o'-lantern. Now, do you deck out your place?
When I had my daughters, they started bugging me about doing it. So every year, yeah, we deck out the entire house, and now it's kind of crazy.
And you carve them?
Oh yeah, you have to carve pumpkins.
Of course.
That's a Halloween tradition.
Yeah. And you don't blow them out?
No, not before midnight.
Rule number 4, always check your candy. Now, Sam uses a lollipop on his victims, which is highly effective. What sugar-coated weapon do you believe causes the most damage?
Candy corn.
Now, I will say you are half right.
Oh, okay.
Because most dentists would say all candy causes damage. You know, cavities and all.
That's why you should floss, kids.
Exactly. All right, let's go check out the maze.
This is the Halloween school bus massacre scene. So right now what we're doing is we're building, obviously, the school bus, which is actually all fake. It's all made out of fiberglass, so even the tires are fake.
Wow.
What we still have to do in here is add all of the foliage and water. We have real water in the scene. And then you see all the pumpkins floating in the water and the little kids' Halloween masks. And then the scare in this scene is going to be the zombie school bus kids. So they're coming out at you from all over the place.
Oh wow, from
Should be terrifying.
every single angle?
Yep, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And this is Mr. Krieg's house. In Trick or Treat, Mr. Krieg is the quintessential cranky old man. You know, he lives by himself, he hates trick-or-treaters, so... Oh. You're lucky I didn't belt you. It was awesome. I was in this maze yesterday with the film's director, and he said it felt like he was walking back onto his set. Everything looked exactly the way it's supposed to be. We're testing an effect. Right now it's broad daylight, so you can see the gag and how we do it, but this is the flaming pumpkin in the scene, and under show lighting, that looks like fire.
Whew, that was amazing. And don't forget, as past members, you guys get early entry into the park and special discounts you can check out right here. Just click on the link down below to find out more info. I'm Akeem, your past member insider here for Universal Studios Hollywood. It's Halloween Horror Nights, so I'll see you guys in the maze.
Okay, welcome back. I can literally see stuff has changed. We finally got movement in the front.
No change to the archway, but we have changes inside the park. Look at this, Jack and Oddfellow's tent has appeared. They just had the family open the park, but look at it. Okay, there goes Matt. Matt's running right now. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. The build up at the front scares them. If you remember the original preview merch with Jack and Oddfellow in their tent, they're recreating that, but in real life. That's what you're walking through. To the left, you'll have Jack. To the right, you'll have Oddfellow. So we have the classic Halloween Horror Nights entrance logo. Over here, they've added the fabric to make the tent on the left side. And then the third section is gonna be kind of like a vinyl printout of the tent, where it's kind of stitched together in the center, because Jack and Oddfellow are working together this year. Now we know what those bars were for. It was for the cloth, for the tent. So purple side again, Oddfellow, and then Jack over there. It's looking good. They gotta add more to it, but we're finally getting some movement happening. They've had a little bit of distressing on the tent. Some of the speakers and lights are now covered up with that new vinyl tent piece. I don't see any changes. Is it still down in there? Still down in there, all the trash inside the clown's mouth. No character trigger, but there is an X on the ground. Does X mark the spot over there? Is that where it's going? Get some more dirt. It's popped up. So yesterday we got the dirt day where they just threw dirt everywhere, and then also the root day. They added all the roots kind of coming out of the ground. Now they've added the twigs to kind of blend in and flesh out the roots. So now we got the twig work everywhere. So over here, again, they had the root yesterday, but now the twig work has been added all over the amusement park ride, all over the back of here, all over the fence. They added some vines back there behind the Lady Luck Knock 'em Down clown. More twig work has appeared, and now we have a little ice cream cone. Yummy. But yeah, they're adding more dirt. All the bugs look about the same, and then some more twig work around the foliage and vines right there. Not seeing any changes over here, but I do see some new little creepy things on the stage. What the heck is this? Cindy is going full-on Sid right now, and I guess making baby doll head insects. Oh no, poor little doggy. It's a possum doggy. Then over here we have another little critter, and it's a dog with a skull. It's all chained up, and we have another skull kind of on this like witch pole. They've added some dirt all over the place, and they've mounted a it's not like a jackalope, it's a doll. Multiple horns. This is weird. This is real weird. Looks like the director is now hiding all the doubloons from the old HHN parades. They have a stop sign on the back of the bumper car. Then over here you have a skull with some moss around it. There's definitely critters and beasts popping up on this stage. They've added so much more dirt and grime all over all the signage. They've added another little crow over here. Looks like he's been ripping off the fabric to something. There's some slight new details that got added. Looks like they've added some of the ripped up tent around the flowers. They've also added some paint here, you know, because clowns have to apply their paint, and some more mud, some more grime of everything. But now there's a new sign, backstage access. And again, they're continuing the swirl effect that we're kind of seeing on everything to represent the Oddfellow portal that's bringing in everything. This also looks like it's black light reactive. There was a giant fly on the hot dog. It's gone now. Looks like Amblin got to this. So there was the Jaws Easter egg right here. I'm sure Amblin like saw a tweet or a video about it, and I sent an email and it got taken out. So there was the Jaws Easter egg here. Amblin strikes again. This little bear had a head. I don't know if a guest ripped it off or if it got applied to some other little animal sculpture, but that's gone now. This guy just side-eyeing you when you're walking through the scare zone just creeps me out. So it does look like this is where the scare actor triggers are gonna go, because there's an X right there. So probably tonight we'll see them installed. I'll be back on Monday. I gotta take the weekend off. I gotta recharge just a little bit, but that's probably where the scare actor trigger will go. Let's see where the other star is. Back on the beast stage over here. I just came over. I'm not seeing anywhere that they've placed the X marks a spot. Maybe they haven't mapped out this scare actor trigger yet. Slight changes over here. This sign has been flipped around. It was the other way, but now it's flipped around for today. So the sign says racer. That's what it says on it. So more fishing net has been installed here. So it's popped up all right in there. So mermaid, still missing. Still no mermaid. So over here, this is where the scare actor trigger is gonna be right there with the X on this stage. So there's just one stage that doesn't have the X. So over here we have some more details. Looks like a torch is here, and then a bunch of shells inside here, and then another Viking helmet kind of next to the Viking horn. And then on this barrel, you have kind of the warning toxic label on it. Well, it's radioactive down there. And then on this crate, they've added this piece, and then also it looks like a bell on a chain, and then the little crawfish guy is hanging out on top right there. And then another mallet has been placed here where it's crushing the crawfish. This isn't good. Some clown got mad and they crushed it. It is time for the pea pebble update. The pea pebbles are safe and sound. They're not fully tucked in, so they might get cold at night. Over here, what do we got? We got some giant wooden chains that have been installed, but there's not too many details that popped up overnight on this section. We gotta go get some Backlot Club XP. We got the Hollywood Hotel Cafe La Bamba, Hollywood's original restaurant. You know who's now gonna be in Hollywood pretty soon?
There's John Murdy right there. John!
So John tweeted out this. the desk is closed. My Victorian era antique roll top desk saw a lot of action this year, creating / writing HHN 2026. But that phase is done and it's time to fly back to LA for the final stages of production. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Hey ho, let's go. Then someone asked John this: will the Aussie houses in both coasts be similar? I hope they are similar. Sounds like it's very personal to you, and personal houses are always special. John says, no, actually, they're pretty different, but I always think that's cool. For Sinners, will you be using original music, or will the soundtrack we hear in the movie be used throughout the house? Or a mix of both? John says, it's the movie. We didn't create original music for it. Before you wrote a treatment for Ozzy, have you considered being located in the Soundstage 15 due to massive scale where Stranger Things 5 is currently located at? Or does Universal Parks and Destinations make a decision where to place specific mazes on certain locations? John says, no, Stranger Things was always on stage 15 and the scale required that it return there.
Will there be anything? Will anything have changed inside the Fortnite scare zone? Probably not, but let's go see. One day a bus will come. Not today though. No bus today. Nothing happened in the scare zone.
And there he is.
Good
the
morning.
Man of the morning.
Good morning,
You
Doc.
have a question of the day for me, I suppose.
What is Einstein's favorite treat?
Favorite treat?
Yeah.
Well, here's a number of them. That depends on the year I'm traveling. In the year 9054, he likes a specific outer space type of treat. But he loves it. He eats it right up.
What about a 2026 treat?
Oh, that's easy. Beef jerky.
Beef jerky?
Actually, it's healthier, turkey jerky.
So we know that The Simpsons is coming to Hollywood for HHN. Food-wise, we don't know if there's any special meet and greets or anything beyond that, but I'm hoping we get something for Orlando. Inside the Quickie Mart, it does look like they've brought the Spirit jerseys over here, the Halloween ones with Homer eating the candy. So that's gonna be $85, but I don't see any other merch yet.
All right, here we go. We got some updates. They're working on it right now. So they've added theming to the side of it now, not to the top. There's a ladder out, so they're definitely working on it right now. There's just so many things of wood just stacked up. It's all pre-built, waiting to be built out, but it's just chilling there. It's been chilling there for about a week. So Buy Reconstruct posted this quick glance at the aerial HHN house. Exterior is in progress. So we can currently see the Hellraiser tent, but we're still waiting on the other IP poster to be installed on that tent. Now, when we zoom in here, we can see all the wood just chilling right there. The truss is still up, so no movement on this sprung tent. But when we come over here, we can get a better shot of how the broadcast center looks for the HR Blood and Guts house. Again, it looks a little different today, but this is how it looked a couple days ago. So we're finally starting to get aerial images of this area from Buy It Reconstruct.
Into the Wizarding World we go. We had to go try the next little tart. We're slowly eating our way through the entire case. So all the snacks are inside Sugar Plums here at Universal Studios. All right, so we've had the lavender one, we've had the blueberry one. Now it's time to try the strawberry one.
Okay, so it's the strawberry pygmy puff one. That one was not good. I'm gonna do a 6 out of 10 on it. Just kind of tasted like a really bad, kind of a great value, like strawberry paste. The lavender one, I really enjoyed. Blueberry one was fine. Strawberry one, no, don't get that one. We have a couple more to try and then other snacks that have been added to the case line. Strawberry one is the weakest one out of the bunch so far.
Let's see if there's anything happening back here. Nothing new besides the truss and lights and cords that got installed like last week. The register has been removed from the temporary bar that was here. Does look like these lights have also been changed to the Oddfellow and Jack color scheme. So throughout the entire park, we're gonna get the purple and the red. Let's see if anything has changed in Club Horror. And nothing new.
Looks like they're working on the fountains out there. They made like a little dock and they're working on stuff out there. I don't know if it's just for HHN or just for the standard nighttime show.
Into downtown Clown Town we go. Let's see what's going on with Sticker Gate 2026. Oh, it looks even worse today. Just rip it off. Rip it off, Universal. You can see it's just unpeeling. So they kind of split it into different sections to go with the boards, but now it's just peeling up from each one of those sections. Rip it off. Just paint. Dr. Oddfellow's Grand Carnival. Just with paint. Do a little stencil. That's all you need. This is just gonna get worse and worse and worse. And the season hasn't even started. So it looks like there's gonna be 2 scare zones with peelies. Just peeling. Oh, look at this. We got a new stage over here. This almost looks like a prize wall. On the flooring, they're gonna have kind of a polka dot finish to it. They have the A-frame up partnered us. We are in the process of transforming our park for Halloween Horror Nights. Another themed little staircase. This is a pretty big stage, but there's also like a secondary room behind. So when you come over here, back here, we got the cords all set up. So yeah, there's a secondary little room back here that does not connect with the actual stage. So something's gonna be happening back here, which you'll be able to see through the two little windows right there, and then you'll have a performer out here. So I'm intrigued to see what they're gonna do, but let's see where this cord goes. Where does this thing end up? Starts there, goes up. One is just going straight up to the roof. Then there's a secondary one kind of being looped up over here, right below the Sahara Trader sign. Looks like it's continuing there and then going in to the dentist window. Over the coming days, we'll see more and more details, maybe some signage added up there on the stage. This will eventually be cut out, and then they'll put that mesh there for the speaker underneath the stage. See if there's any updates with the stage. So yesterday we saw kind of the tarped up body. Looks like you can see the head kind of up there because it's rounded, but nothing new with the stage. We do have two new food booths over here. We got Oddfellow as if he was the devil. So on the side, you have the same flames. When you come over here, you kind of have the same maniacal mustache and then the Oddfellow symbol and kind of tattoos and scars that he has. Everything will be illuminated. I wonder if it's blacklight reactive again, then his symbol will glow. But there's also another food booth over here. Peter Pan's shadow has appeared. There's a target here. So it kind of looks like this like really gross, grimy carnival game that gets dragged out for the fairs. There's also another silhouette right here next to the menu board. And then no equipment in here. We got the fan, and there's no equipment in there. What diabolical creations is Oddfellow gonna be serving out of his mouth? All right, so we got that food booth and that one. Let's go see what's going on with the New York stage. The smallest little detail has appeared. They've added an anchor and a wire right there to each side. There's one over there and one over there, so the tent does not fly off when the hurricane happens. And then the same thing over here, one anchor down there, and then one anchor on the other side so it doesn't fly off. And then nothing has changed with the tribute facade. Construction walls are up still. We do have some HHN Hollywood construction updates.
So Five Fires tweeted out this: Parisian Courtyard getting more and more details. Looks absolutely beautiful. Looks like they've added a little bit of like grime above the paint, and then a tree has appeared. Killer Clowns featuring Hollywood Harry and Jack the Clown, question mark. We can only wish. There's a current look at the heavily rumored Killer Clowns from Outer Space House. Lots of new details arrived today on Tear Tram, and it's all so interesting. They've added some little windows on the house outline. More windows have been added to the roof of this facade that you're going to walk through. And then this is a look at that barn that John was talking about. And then this is the current state of the Aussie HHN house. It's looking great. I cannot wait to see the finished product of this facade.
And then nothing has changed with the concrete bases over by Minions. They added the mesh so people wouldn't really stick their hands in there. It looks like they zip tied some mesh on, but no changes yet in the scare zone section. Let's see if there's been any changes to the Red Coconut Club. Nothing new with the trusses over here, but there's some new lights that have appeared for the Coconut Club. Up here you have a truss with two new lights, but look at this. So they've added a wrap around the Coconut Club so it looks like an alien ship. As you know, aliens are taking over. So you have the alien ship, and then these are new. See these like little kind of upside down bowls? This I think is one of those bubble machines where like the bubbles come out and there's like fog in it. I think that's what that is, or just kind of a spray down fog to make it look like an alien ship kind of taking off. So they've also added these lights around the fog machines right there. So then two more over here, and then three more lights, and then the continuation of the alien ship. So that's cool that you're gonna be kind of like being abducted going into the Coconut Club. Then over here there's some more lights and truss right there. If you look over here by the seating, they have some more cords waiting to be plugged into something down here. I'm excited for what the team's gonna pull off for the Coconut Club this year. We do see a cord going all the way up here to the balcony. Maybe it's just being plugged into the truss right there.
There's also been a sign that's been installed before you go into the Coconut Club saying the Red Coconut Club is closed currently.
The Whopper Bar signage is still here, but it says Five Guys coming soon. So eventually this summer we'll get Five Guys in here at City Walk.
Okay guys, we're back in the office. Good news or bad news, depending on who you are. But Universal just announced another HHN announcement. We now know what the show is for HHN Hollywood. So Universal announced this: The Purge, Dangerous Waters returns to Universal Studios Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights this fiery stunt spectacular puts you in the world where laws won't save you, bringing the unpredictable terror of the Purge to life. It's back again. Hopefully they switch it up. It's time for a new version of the show. It's better than the Jabberwocky show, at least. I want some variety with that show. Switch it up a little bit. Give me a different story, some different action moments. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm praying for. Give us something new. No HHN update tomorrow. I'm gonna kind of take the weekend off. I might be filming another video. We'll see. But on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
We love the family.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Halloween Horror Nights and Universal Studios around the country. Love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Not tomorrow, but soon.
He eats it right up.
It's a doggy.